Welcome back to another edition of Tech in the City. I'm your host, Yvonne Pilon, President and CEO of We Tech Alliance. Tech in the City is a regular video series where we talk about the latest trends in technology, the latest gadgets, and really what has our local community and the world buzzing when it comes to technology innovation. Today I have a wonderful guest, Dan Circelli, who is the Director of Marketing for Connecting Windsor-Essex. Dan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So let's get into it. What is CWE, Connecting Windsor-Essex?
Connecting Windsor-Essex is a consortium made up of stakeholders from the Windsor-Essex region. And the stakeholder group consists of the University of Windsor, St. Clair College, the City of Windsor, County of Essex, and all of the municipalities, Essex County Library, Victorian Order of Nurses, RG Group, which is the Asthma Research Group, and 3 of the 4 school boards in our region. So the Greater Essex County District School Board, Public School Board, Conseil Scolaire Providence.
Providence, oui, je parle français.
That's so nice. So the French Catholic School Board, and then of course Windsor-Essex Catholic District School Board. So that group, if you will, was assembled to implement a project of bringing high-speed fiber optic broadband connectivity across the region. We have, I want to say, over 1,800, close to 1,900 kilometers of fiber optics running across Windsor-Essex. And a lot of people don't know this, but that actually connects every single elementary school, secondary school, the higher educational facilities, the city, the counties, all the municipal offices, basically all those stakeholders that I just mentioned into one big connected network.
And I think we take for granted, you know, the broadband and the connectivity, right? We just assume it's like you said, driving a car where we just expect it to work. Yeah. And this broadband technology that the consortium has been working on is really connecting, you know, the students, the teachers to this global economy that we need to be part of. And it's so important. And you mentioned about, you know, an intelligent community. And I'm assuming that doesn't just mean, you know, intelligence and you know, I'm bright. So what does that mean?
Yeah, and that's a good question. So you know, what drove this project was it really was that first step in the Windsor-Essex region to be recognized as an intelligent community. To be recognized as an intelligent community, there are active programs, initiatives, projects, if you will, that line up to the 6 indicators of being an intelligent community. And those indicators are broadband, a knowledge workforce, innovation, sustainability, digital equality, and advocacy. And so broadband was the first project. And again, who would have thought, you know, 15, 20 years ago when this thing was being crafted, if you will, that we would have such dependency on broadband connectivity as we do today.
So we were hearing a lot in the media with the federal government, their smart city. How does it differ with an intelligent community?
Yeah, and there's a lot of interchangeability between those 2 things. You know, what's a smart city? What's an intelligent community? What's the difference between these things? Smart cities are very technological. So that's an urban development vision, if you will. So it's all about sensors and lights and connectivity and integrating broadband and all of that connectivity with Internet of Things type projects. And it's about making cities smarter, more efficient. It's really about protecting the assets of the city. Intelligent communities are interdependent with a smart city. So you're not going to have an intelligent community without smart cities. And intelligent communities want to leverage that technology, right? So we've got all this broadband stuff. What can we do with that that makes our region a better place to live?
So in 2011, and I remember this because I had the opportunity to participate, Windsor-Essex was named the top 7 most intelligent community, not in Canada, but the world. And I remember, you know, there was a celebration innovation, and I couldn't believe how much knowledge I learned from that. So what does that mean for us today? Are we still considered a top 7 community?
Yeah, once you're recognized as an intelligent community, you always have that status. So it's not like an annual sort of competition that you have to be in every single year. And so the Windsor-Essex region continues today to be recognized as an intelligent community. And our opportunity here is to continue to remind everyone that we are an intelligent community. And so what Connecting Windsor-Essex is trying to do is keep gathering up all the organizations that are doing things and help them recognize that, hey, did you know what you're doing makes us an intelligent community? And of course, we want to broadcast that everywhere around the world.
So you and I, we live in the tech space, and we know we really appreciate this. So really, why does the average Windsorite or Windsor-Essex resident care about this? And what can they do if they were to run into someone from Toronto? How do they convey, you know, this important title that we have as Top 7?
Top 7 means that we've got a collaborative group. So we've got people who share in the same interests of making Windsor-Essex great, but they don't necessarily work together. And when you have regions like that, where you've got people who share in the same interest, but they're not communicating with what each other's doing, you have dysfunction. You'll have overlap, you'll have waste. So the Connecting Windsor-Essex organization it's a unique organization. And when we introduce ourselves to other areas, so like you said, hey, how do you tell somebody from Toronto?
Yeah.
You can say, hey, listen, we've got this organization here that's a collaborative, organized force consisting of the university, the college, the city, and the county, like not just a small pocket of our area, the entire region. And that makes us more connected. So when there's an initiative, when there's an important project going on in one space and another, we start talking about it and saying, hey, how do we help each other get the most out of this? There's a great saying that one of our stakeholders uses quite often, and I like it. He'll talk about how a rising tide raises all ships, and I absolutely believe in that.
So I think, you know, just to sum that up again, it's the collaboration of this consortium that is very powerful, and also, you know, that we are, you know, recognized across the world for this, you know, our being an intelligent community.
Yes, yeah, and if you look at the other cities that are recognized as intelligent communities, you'll see that similar workforce. There's a collaborative group of people that remain organized, that continue to communicate with one another.
And we know that's not easy sometimes, getting a bunch of stakeholders
I don't want to
together.
say it on camera.
Yes. And I know there's a great video that the CWE did for the celebrations of the Top 7, and we'll put the link in this video.
Excellent,
and I know it's a great video, and I know it gives me goosebumps every time again that we forget sometimes how innovative and how awesome Windsor-Essex is. So maybe just again, smart city is a topic that the federal government is talking about. I know CW is leading a lot of conversations on that. Maybe just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so currently there's a Smart Cities Challenge that we see being rolled out across Canada. A lot of the details aren't understood yet. So we will be participating in that challenge, and we're really excited about it because we think we've got an advantage. Again, I said it earlier, our Connecting Windsor-Essex organization, it's a unique organization. There's not a lot of regions that can say they have such a collaborative group. And we see the Smart Cities Challenge program being modeled after what was done in the United States. And when you study the submissions that were done in the States, you study the programs in Columbus, Ohio, who won it, you'll see that all of the contestants in the States had collaborative groups as participants of it. So we feel that we've got a leg up, that we've got an advantage here because we have a very organized, collaborative workforce. And as you mentioned, there are challenges with doing that, but our organization is 15 years deep. We're way past a lot of those challenges, so we're very excited to be participating in the challenge.
Wonderful. So I'm going to put you on the spot, so don't get scared, but what are you most excited about for the future of Windsor-Essex?
Well, how much time do we have?
Yeah.
Because,
what keeps you up at night in a good way?
When you talk, when you look at how important broadband is for any industry at all, when you look at how important broadband is for healthcare, how important it is for education, how important it is for industry to continue to grow and develop, there's just not an industry anywhere that doesn't have a need and a benefit to when you can connect, and you can connect at quality speeds. So to bring more of it than we have today to our region, man, am I ever excited to be a part of that. That's very, very exciting.
And I think you hit it right on the head, is about, it's something we take for granted, but again, when you think of economic development, companies are not going to relocate in a community that doesn't have, a powerful,
No, it's in the
broadband.
top three, right?
Exactly.
I want water, I need roads, I need broadband.
Yeah.
And if you're not saying the word broadband in that offering, well, they're going right down the road.
And I know, just for me, when I can't connect to Netflix, I know how much I'm frustrated.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Well, Dan, I want to thank you very
Thank you.
much for shedding light on CWE, and again, bringing back that moment of top 7 and sharing with us that it's not over. We're always top 7. We need
That's
to be
right.
proud of it.
Yeah.
So again, thank you
And
very
keep
much,
working at it.
and
Keep
keep working
working
at
at
it.
it.
Very
Yeah.
true. So again, Dan Circelli, Director of Marketing for Connecting Windsor-Essex. This is another edition of Tech in the City. We'll see you soon.